Thank you for tuning into the Lemon and Healing podcast, where laughter meets inner peace. We're your host, Shaka.
And I'm Kiana.
And we just want to thank you for tuning into your favorite podcast. Thanks for all the likes, all the person that subscribe. And if you're new to our channel, remember to hit that subscribe button so you can know every time we drop a new episode. And if you haven't seen any of our stuff as yet, after this episode, definitely check out what we have for you.
Absolutely. So thank you again for tuning in. This week we're continuing our previous conversation that we had on last episode, and it was a juicy topic called boy mom. And we went in a little bit about what we mean when we say boy mom, and we explored the toxic nature of what that can be. So definitely go back and start at the previous episode before, and then come back to this episode. Once again, we thank you for your viewership, for all the feedbacks. We love it.
Yes.
And today we're jumping right into a question. We got a juicy question. So thank you to the viewer who sent us this question.
Yes.
It was another anonymous question. Once again, please send your questions, either leave it in the comments or via DMs, and you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Lemon and Healing. So anyways, let's get into the question. All right. So the question is, hey guys, my mother-in-law flat out refused to share her recipe for my husband's favorite dish with me. So by the way, this is a wife writing in. I forgot to preface the question. It feels like she's deliberately keeping it from me just to prove a point. How should I deal with this situation without causing a rift, when all I want is to make my husband happy by cooking his favorite meal myself? So wifey is asking mama for the family recipe, and mama is like, nope.
Well, what do you guys think? Is this like a toxic thing, or you think wifey being extra? Because I mean, if I know being a mom or whatever, if I was a mom, I would want to be, have that special place every time my son comes over. I make this special thing for him, and we have this special thing.
So as a mom, who's gonna, and not to sound morbid, who's gonna cook that special thing once you know more?
God damn! Like why we gotta bring death into the conversation?
Why not share it so that you can teach the daughter-in-law can teach her kid,
mama, and
the grandkids.
So I know what you're talking.
Does she want her grandkids to learn the family recipe?
Yes, true. That's a good point. And then once again, that's why we're having this discussion, because a lot of people didn't think about it that way, because you're thinking about you having this special time with your son or whatever and not sharing that. So that's a very good perspective. I didn't think about it like that, but in terms of cohesion and you having a good relationship with your daughter-in-law, personally, I have a good mother-in-law, and she would never do this. Yeah, she would never do this.
Gatekeeper recipe,
which is good. I'm lucky to have that. A lot of people don't have that. But if you want to have a nice, good, healthy relationship, because at the end of the day, if you're a boy mom, you want to make your son happy. You want to make your son happy, and if that means his wife is gonna cook the meal, because no matter what, mom's love is mom's love, and that's always going to be there. But it's just a meal, and I think, to me, to keep that from the wife is kind of being a bit extra, like causing issues. Like why would you want to do that? But looking from her perspective as well, the mom is probably looking at it in a way that, oh, this is a special thing for me and my son. So I guess I understand where the mother is coming from as well.
Or it could be jealousy and her competing with the daughter-in-law.
Yes.
It can be that, because sometimes, boy moms, the ones that are, in the negative context of, where they put their sons in the position of like a husband, or they emotionally lean on their sons way too much. A lot of times,
nobody can love me like my son.
Yeah.
Bad. Don't say that. Stop saying that, moms. Come on, love yourself first.
You're about to step on some toes. So, because I know, sometimes there's competition between the mother-in-law and the daughter-in-law, and it shouldn't be. There shouldn't be a competition about attention and affection. We see videos all the time where, like, I sent you a video recently on Instagram where this guy was all up on his mom, hugging
his
her.
Mom, yeah.
It was a little bit inappropriate in terms of body language, like he was hugging her from the back, that's debatable. And then the wife was looking. She
was
was like,
videoing them.
she was videoing them. She was like, look at him. She's like, where's my hug? Where's my affection? Where's my attention? And he did not even acknowledge that woman.
A lot of people in the comments were pro, like, why you don't step out? But then people were like, I mean, a hug is a hug, but then he all upon her, like,
Yes.
it's like, no,
it was a bit much. In my opinion, it was a bit much. But
yeah,
to each their own.
yeah. But even if the wife was saying that, as you being a good mom, would be like, go hug your wife. You know what I mean? Like, you would get it, but girl, that's what it is.
But I think there's balance, because some wives can be extra too in terms of being jealous of the relationship a man has with his mom. And we're not talking about those instances. We're talking specifically about when there's an imbalance, because everything has a balance and we need to achieve that. And like one of the ways to achieve that is, communication. And that's the problem. Communication issues definitely breaks down, that kind of relationship. If the son has learned to prioritize his mother's emotional needs above his own, then he's going to struggle to be open and honest with his partner. Because he's going to fear conflict or disapproval, because he has to, be present for his mom. He has to be available. If mama calls, you got to go running. If she says jump, he has to say how high. And that can also lead to intimacy struggles, because this can have the son can have trouble forming deep, intimate bond with a partner. Because once again, if he's always at his mother's beck and call, and we're not saying that a son cannot support his mother and be there for her, because, and have a good relationship with her. We're not saying that. We're talking about the unhealthy aspect of this, where he forfeits his wife's feeling or his partner's feeling for that of his mom. And so men, this is going to be interesting, because I would love to hear you guys, men in particular, your opinion, especially men who have really good relationship with your mom. I know a lot of men are like, there's like a lot of men, they're like, their mother comes first, then their wives. So I would love for you guys to chime in. Let me know what you guys think.
Like the front seat debate.
Oh my gosh. Who sits in the front seat? Who sits in the front seat of the car?
Or wifey? All right,
Who sits in the front seat? Let us know. And this goes for like if you're in a burning house and your wife and your mom is inside. Who are you gonna say first? Let us know, man. Let us know in the comments. So, but Shako, what can happen if this behavior continues?
Well, especially for moms, like you want to make sure that you're having a good relationship with your son, and you're he's putting you first and all these things. But in the long run, how can that affect you? Because eventually, right, you can have, like, your son could come to a realization whereby, with my spouse, this is not healthy. And eventually, you can definitely establish some independence and start pushing back from you, because, you realize that it's not as healthy as it should be. So he can start to make the distance between you and him, and you don't want that. So you got to be able to foster healthy relationship before it start escalating, whereby he's like, you know what, I'm just gonna stay away, because at the end of the day, still marry this person. Even like with your spouse as well, like they can have an ultimatum whereby the spouse say, well, it's either me or her. And you absolutely don't want to do that. Spouses, you don't want to do that, because do remember, this is this person's mom. And if you want to say, oh, she's a this and she's a that ain't gonna go nowhere either. Right? Understand that their relationship is a good one. They have a strong one. A lot of people don't have good mamas, so you're glad that he has a good mama. But good mamas mean healthy mamas. Right? That's what it means as well. Doesn't mean that you're always there, you're always in the business, you're always in the face. No, that's not what a healthy mama means, right? So that could definitely cause the son to say, okay, or the spouse can be like, we got to choose between me and her, and then he chooses her, and then it's a whole problem once again, providing cut off. You can't see your grandkids and all these different things. So definitely examine the relationship and see if that's what you want. You're right. Even though they might be having issues, whatever, giving advice is different from being extra or taking over. And that's something that you don't want to do. Right? So how can we fix it? How can you fix this problem? right? The first thing we want to do is always offer professional guidance. And I know a lot of people are like,
Mhm.
it's always with a professional. Yeah, it's a professional. It's the professional for a
Facts.
reason, right? So always have, because this is a big
Mhm.
deal, right? Because they can tell
It can
you,
make and break relationships.
yeah, and
Mhm.
professional guidance doesn't have to be, you know, as specific. You could always do research and all these different things, but definitely get someone. And it could be, once again, we prefer someone who's educated to offer this advice, but it could be like a
Mhm.
counselor, it could be somebody from your church, you know, it could be that, you know, somebody who's even had this issue in the past and you saw that they resolve it successfully,
Yeah.
right? So that's something that you can definitely tap into that resource and use that person as well.
Absolutely. And I love what you said about that because, you know, professional can mean anything, like whatever that is available to you, because we understand that
Yes.
not everyone has access to like a therapist or a mental health counselor. So definitely, you know, if you are a church going person, hit up the pastor. A lot of times
Yes.
pastors do counseling if you're part of that church. Or
Mhm.
I always say, like, you know, if you know like an older, wise, happily married couple that has like a successful relationship,
Successful.
learn from them. Like, you know they've been through some things to be
Yes.
40 plus years
Yes.
and being happy with each other.
Mhm.
Definitely learn and read books, you know, look up topics. Books are a great resource, you know.
Yes.
And even like with YouTube is accessible. We always talk about YouTube University. Like, you know, I'm sure
Facts.
like you're listening to this video, you know, you can also tune into other videos as well. But the education and awareness is so important because
Yes.
increasing awareness about, you know, the importance of healthy boundaries and the potential harm of, you know, of relationships um that doesn't have a healthy boundary or it's toxic can definitely cause a breakdown in the relationship.
Yes.
And that's
Exactly.
something you want to focus on from very early. Don't wait until you're married to approach this. If you're in a dating relationship and you already see a pattern where there's going to be a problem, address those things early on so that there's boundaries set in, so that there's an expectation moving forward, because a lot of times unspoken expectations gets us into a lot of trouble, because if we don't talk about it,
how are you gonna know?
how are we gonna know?
Exactly. So, and having that support system is very, very important, because have good family, good friends, because they can see it too. You know, like some friends, like, you know, some friends be like, you know, buddy, you're around. You know,
Yeah.
you can't be running to your mama every time or whatever. And sometimes people be mad, right? People be mad when you bring stuff up, but having a good support system, somebody outside, I always say, like,
Yeah.
somebody outside that could see and say, you know what, maybe you are leaning too much, or, you know, or could advise you. So
Yeah.
having like a really good, strong family support system is good too, because even, let's say, your mom is doing the most, or you yourself are doing the most, and you have like a daughter, she could definitely say, you know what, mom, maybe you be an extra gift,
Yeah.
give him and she and whoever some space
Facts.
to work things out. And, you know, vice versa, like any friends or anybody else could definitely do that. So we always want to ensure that you have a strong support system, and if somebody's from the outside looking in, you know, see something, because sometimes we can't always see our flaws.
True.
Right?
That is true.
So we do have someone outside looking in. We can definitely use their information.
Absolutely. And just as a note for mothers, like if you know you have a son and he's in a relationship and he comes to you with like a problem or an issue, I know it's hard as a mother. I'm sure it's hard as a mother, because I'm not a mother, obviously, but I'm sure it's hard as a mother to be as unbiased as possible, because I know your default is to protect your child.
Yes.
And to go to war for them. But I really think that, having an unbiased approach whereby you can remove yourself from the situation as much as you possibly can within being realistic and assessing the situation for what it is, and giving good advice, or like Shaka said, giving the couple space to work through their issues without your influence and your input.
Yes.
I think it will be so much helpful in some instances, because a lot of times some boy moms in particular, kind of encourage their sons on some negative stuff, and
Facts.
that's not okay.
Anybody coming home.
Yeah, exactly. You're lying for your sons. That's not okay.
Morals, right? Once again, good mom, healthy mom, right?
Mhm.
That's what makes a good mom, is being
Yeah.
a healthy mom. Making you're like, I'm a boy mom. Moms, you're a boy mom. The boy is not gonna stay a boy forever.
Facts.
So what are you creating?
Facts.
You want to create a healthy, strong man, right? Emotionally and physically as well. So it's not going to be boy mom forever. What are you creating to go out in this world?
Absolutely.
Right? What are you creating? What family is he going to build? Who is he going to become? So we might boy mom all the time, but it's not going to stay that way forever.
Absolutely. Think about your future grandkids.
Yes.
But yeah, this has been a fun episode.
Yep.
When I say fun, I don't mean like ha ha ha, but you know, it's enlightening. Yeah, and it was like, I hope you guys learned something from it, and please chime in what you think.
Definitely.
Are you a boy mom? Do you know a boy mom? Is your mom a boy mom? Or is this all lies? Do you not agree with us? Like, you don't have to agree with us. We take, criticism, but be nice. Be nice, because you're gonna get blocked if you're not. But thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share this video with your loved ones. We appreciate your viewership. We want to continue doing this. So by your likes and comments, it'll let us know that you're enjoying our content. And we'll keep making more and more and more. Follow us on our platform at Lyman and Healing. And we'll see you next time. But before then, remember to
bust a line. See you next time.